Well, there we go. Now I'm added to the screen for some reason. Um, you know, hey Miss Jane, not that Jane. I love that. That's a good one. Hey Pain like Bane. Hey James, my love. Oh my goodness, I'm half asleep this morning. Um, oh, you won't be in chat much today, but I hope whatever you're doing today, you're safe and you're happy and you're healthy out there, and all those good, lovely things. Because I don't know if a lot of y'all know, but there was um, a earthquake that happened last night and stuff, and it was supposed to cause a tsunami and all this other stuff. I've been saying that the natural disasters are getting worse. And last night we also watched natural disasters on YouTube, didn't we? Well, disasters in general. Um, yeah, I'm gonna say this: trying to extort somebody or make them go back to you ain't gonna work. They were trying to extort her. That's messed up. Oh, because here's my thing: whether you like somebody or you don't like somebody, um, extortion is never good, and trying to bully someone to do what you want them to do is also not a good idea or good look. Here's the thing: do I expect that person to ever listen to the advice that I gave them? No, not really. People are only going to listen if they choose to listen. And there's a difference between listening and hearing someone. See, a lot of people, they'll let it go through their ears, but they won't let it go through their brain. The apocalypse is coming. And I don't know why, just like I heard that in the Bane voice, Pain like Bane. I don't know why, but I did. The apocalypse is coming. Like you got to hear it behind the mask and shit. Um, tell her to drop Niels or else. That was her threat basically. Like here's my thing. By what I've known of Niels, right? What little bit I've known of the gentleman, um, not even 2 weeks ago, the other side absolutely adored him and loved him. So you can't now say he's a bad person because you had a disagreement if you absolutely adored him and all you did was big up him. You know what I'm saying? And now you're like, oh, he's the worst person ever. How does that work? How is any of that supposed to work? Like, just because he didn't, like, pick up your phone call? Y'all do know that. That's why he's mad at Niels, because he didn't pick up a phone call. Oh my God. And because he decided to end his show whenever he decided to end it, because maybe, did you ever think that he might have had to go to sleep? I mean, hello. Like, people got to go to sleep. It's part of life. It's Wellness Wednesday. You need your sleep. If you don't get your sleep when you're supposed to, you know what can happen to a person who doesn't get sleep and stays up all the time? They can have hallucinations. They can absolutely. I don't know if y'all have ever watched um, they did a study on this actually, and they put people in soundproofing rooms, white walls, just plain, and after a while of the person not sleeping, not being able to sleep, it led to hallucinations. It leads to all kinds of crazy mess you wouldn't believe. It's very dangerous for your health, believe it or not. So yeah, you need your sleep. Sleep is important for your body. It actually helps you heal. He showed in. He saw. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm gonna step up here. What up? And I think they actually bounce off of each other well with conversation. Now, is it a conversation necessarily that everyone wants to hear sometimes? No, but some of the conversations are. Um, you know, that's actual content, you know what I mean? It depends on the person. Some people are going to want to hear it, some ain't. Some people are all about the drama. You know what I'm saying? Some people ain't about the drama. It just depends. Yeah, I will say that he's been that way with everyone. But I knew this was coming. Didn't I call this pain like Bane? Didn't I call this that he was going to start attacking her? Didn't I call this? Didn't I say this was going to happen? And sure enough, look where, and it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse because she's not going to drop Niels, or Nails, or however you want to say his name. She's not going to drop him because, first off, you're not, in her mind, you're not going to tell Angel Gotti what the fuck to do, right? And so she's going to put her foot down and keep doing her thing, Thizzle. And she's not just going to kick somebody because somebody else told her to. And it's going to get worse. Bet me money. He's going to try to run the Gotti name into the motherfucking ground. Why? First off, the Gotti name does bring numbers. It does bring numbers. Think about it. Right? It brings numbers. It's the name that pays. Yep. And I see it happening. It's a pattern. You can see a person's pattern or people's patterns when they do things. It's all for shock value. It's all for attention, right? So it literally is going to go this way. She's not going to do what he wants. He's going to throw a hissy fit. He's going to attack. She's going to say, "See, look, I didn't attack him. He attacked me. Just because I wouldn't drop somebody." He's going to look like the bully. And eventually she's going to have enough. He's going to say something about her daughter or her grandkids or somebody real close to her. He's going to start calling her family incessantly. And doing things. And this shit's going to blow up out the water. Right now, she's trying to ignore him. But it's going to come to a point she's not going to be able to. I'm just going to tell you. You think he was high as a kite last night? In his eyes? Dog, you can see it in the sniffles, the way he keeps rubbing his nose, the way he rubs his tongue against his teeth. That's something I've seen only one kind of drug addict do. Either a person who is crushing pills and sniffing them or a cokehead. Tell me I'm wrong. Normal people don't just do that shit. And I saw a lot of people that he was calling meth heads, and they were like, "I don't even know what the fuck meth looks like." He's throwing his little tantrum like he always does. Yes, Georgia Peach. And we know where this is headed next. We know where this is headed next. He's going to do the exact same thing he's been doing. He's going to, yeah, you right, Pain Like Bane, but it's most like a crush and sniff. You right. Hey, Miss Catherine. Miss Catherine, I wasn't ignoring you yesterday, boo. We were having a crazy conversation. Hey, Vision Light. And with the Rico situation, here's the thing. I said it earlier in that broadcast. I'm praying for him, but this ain't the first time Rico has been manic. And Rico the Barber. And it ain't going to be the last. It ain't going to be the last time. Rico needs mental health. And I pray that if they did remove the dog and they put the dog somewhere, that they didn't put it somewhere in danger. Because of its mix and what kind of dog it is, they could possibly unalive that dog. You feel me? Hey, Huggy Bear. Hey, George, that is true. I'm going to say that, Pain Like Bane. Can't nobody be that turned on and that rah-rah for that long unless you under the influence of something. Because I'm going to say this right now. I don't think I have that kind of energy unless my ADHD is going wee. You know what I'm saying? When my ADHD goes wee, y'all tend to see it, right? But early in the morning, and that usually takes a little while. I have to be on live for a little while because when I first wake up, even my ADHD is asleep. I hope he gets released. I hope he goes and gets mental health and stops letting this fucking internet take him down, Miss Catherine. And I hope he gets mental health. That's what I hope. Now, I have ADHD, and I'll tell you this. Like, you'll see me jump from 50 different topics. I'm not manic, but my ADHD, when it acts up, I'm like, rah rah, right? But I have never seen a person be that rah rah all the time, if that makes sense. Even with ADHD, my right, my ADHD when it acts up, um, I know, right, Miss Jane? Yeah, I have ADHD, and I'm gonna tell you something. I get rah rah sometimes. You'll see it happen. You'll hear it in my voice. I'll switch to 50 different conversations, right? But it still doesn't match that, if that makes sense. Like I can't match a person that's doing drugs, even when my ADHD is uncontrollable, right? I can't get that type of rah rah, if that makes sense. Even when I am like at my highest with ADHD. And I'm gonna tell you something. I don't grind my teeth either. That's another thing. I have ADHD and my teeth don't grind or jaw jack or do those things. You know what I'm saying? Even when my ADHD is acting up, the most you'll see me do, and I'm pretty sure anybody with ADHD can understand this. You'll see me rock back and forth. Um, you'll see me rock back and forth. There's a possibility I might like rub my leg or you know, like mostly it's rocking back and forth or making my leg jump or something like that. That's the thing that my ADHD does for me. Um, but I don't do all the things that you would see a person do that's on drugs because I'm not on drugs. I just have ADHD. Like with ADHD, like a lot of us have it, right? And a lot of us weren't diagnosed. Like, here's the thing, Miss Jane. I knew I had ADHD my entire life, but I didn't get my formal diagnosis until I got older because my parents refused to medicate me when I was a child. Um, I didn't get put on that medication. Hey, Don Don, how you doing? Hey, TT, green fingers, green fingers. Um, you know, I didn't get put on medication until just recently because I said I have anxiety disorder and I have ADHD. And I said one of those bitches has got to go. Okay? They not friends, they don't like each other. They feed off each other and one makes the other one worse. Cuz when my anxiety's at its highest and my ADHD acting up, oh god, I can't stand to be in my own body. I said, fuck it, I need something. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I do love a good ADHD hyper focus though. You right about that, Miss Jane. You right about that. I do love a good ADHD hyper focus. When you can do it. All right, hold on just a minute, boo. I will go look right now. Hey, brother from another mother, my Ruben Sanchez. Oh, yeah, I gotta open. Yeah, play. I got it, Mr. Rubin. Here's my question, Mr. Rubin. Would you like that played this morning? Yes or no? That is your question of the day. If not, I'll watch it myself and just have a good chuckle. Um, It is. I can see it and everything. I know, right? See, your ADHD was like, we're gonna procrastinate and talk to Charlie. Jane, it said you were hyper focused on me, and it said, nah, we're gonna procrastinate and we're gonna talk. Yeah, we're gonna talk to Charlie. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna concentrate on this conversation right now. Your ADHD said, hell no, bitch, you gonna sit right here. Because you know how ADHD is. Once you get fixated on something, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you stuck where you at. You stuck like Chuck. You supposed to go do some dishes, clean some floors. Man, I don't know how many cards they went through for StreamYard, but Georgia Peach, here's the thing. Um, you can I ain't paying for StreamYard this month because of reasons. I had to pay for some other shit. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Next month I got them. But you don't see me out here begging and pleading and copping pleas and shit. You get what I'm saying? You don't see me doing that bullshit. Yeah, I got the video, Mr. Rubin. I just need you to let me know if you want me to play it here or just let me watch it and laugh at it because it's on. It's up to you. Because this is funny. I love this book. I love that video. Play it. Okay. Okay. We're going to play this video. Um, this is a book. Okay. Hold on. Let me rewind it because I watched it. All right. So this is my bedtime story, y'all. Read to be by Mr. Rubin.
So here's a book I just found. It is called Smarkles. Let's go through this book together. Smarkles. I don't know what the fuck that is on the front. Looks like a fucking hole. Stupid ass shit. Oh, look at this shit. Pissant has a game at the carnival. Blah. Damn, fucking pissant. Oh, look at that. What? It's one of those fucking real life things you play with. Shit. You see that? Pissant. Pantyhose face. Give me some chon chon. Go. Look at me. Look at you. Look at my legs. Look at yours. Can I see your peen? What the fuck? Sparkles with his fucking gay ass fucking. I can't suppose that person said that when he got in that fight in school, I guess he body slammed the kid. That's the pose that he did, and then he got punched in the belly and shit his fucking pants. What does it say? Can I see your peen? In my mouth? What the fuck? Look at that! Look at this! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! What is this? This Pino's face. Look at what Pissant did. That explains the hole in his back. Blah! Pissant. What the fuck, man? Pissant, greatest kicker never. 5-yard field goal. Look at Pissant. Look, green shoe. Green shoe. Fucking Pissant must have got a hold of this fucking thing and fucking pages were stuck together. So I guess Pissant goes to kick the field goal and it's a miss. Pissant fell again. Look, he's in the air. Green shoe in the air. 5 yards. He missed the fucking ball. Blah! Pantyhose face. Come on. Pantyhose filming a porno? What the fuck? Oh, look at Pissant. That's Pissant right here. It looks like is that a coyote? Is that a coyote sucking his fucking peen and shit? You sick. Pantyhose face. Here's a book, you dumb fuck. Show your ugly ass face, you bitch. The only coward is your pussy ass. Fuck you, go fuck your brother. The end. Voila!
So that's my bedtime story. So read to me by Mr. Ruben Sanchez. You know, I've been asking for him to read me a story. Hey, Mr. MRH. Hey, Miss Justice. Hey, Clucker's Love. Hey, Avery Boo. Yeah, and so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You know, Mr. Ruben read me my bedtime story. Y'all, I'm gonna start listening to that before I go to bed every night. I might laugh before I fall asleep. I'm gonna laugh so hard. I'm gonna laugh. Yeah. I'm gonna be laying there in bed going like dead asleep, just giggling in my sleep. Like all you're gonna hear from Charlie is Charlie asleep going My husband said I did that one night. I laughed in my sleep and I sounded like King of the Hill, Hank Hill. I went and then I farted. But anyway, just kidding. Yeah, that was a good story, Mr. Rubin. And then we even got to see the poopy and the hole in the back. And oh my God, we need that book, y'all, so we can buy it. Mr. Rubin, we're gonna put that book up for auction. It's gonna be on the auction house for the highest bidder. At least your book won't get thrown in the garbage can. At least I made you laugh. I hope everybody's having a good morning. I think that would be a very good book. And, you know, we won't throw that one in the trash because that one's awesome. It even had like interactive. Did you see that it was interactive where you could stick your finger in it? So it was an interactive book. Yeah, it's on the New York. It's on the New York's bestseller list. Didn't you know? It's one of the best books ever. Back to emails. You have a good day, Miss Cluckers, beautiful. And don't work too hard, child, because I know you be out there working hard for the money. I know I got a lot of people in the clouds right now that are working hard for you, honey. They work hard for the money, so you better treat them right. We love you, Mr. Rubin. You are, I swear, Mr. Rubin. I swear. You is funny. But And here's the thing. Y'all hear my allergies are acting up this morning, right? My nose is running, but do y'all hear me sniffling as much as other people sniffle? And I absolutely have indoor and outdoor allergies. I take a medication for that. Speaking of which, I got to take my allergy pill in a minute, but and it'll stop the sniffles. So just FYI, if you say it's allergies, there's a such thing as allergy medication. Okay, and that allergy medication will make sure your nose dries up. I just got to take my medication here a little bit. But my nose is running like crap because of my allergies and my eyes are itchy. And you still don't hear me sniffling that much, right? And I got allergies, real allergies. Yeah, it's all the coffee creamer. It's all the coffee creamer, Georgia Peach. It's all the coffee creamer, y'all. And if you need any research done, Georgia Peach, you know I don't mind doing research. I like to do some research. If you need me to deep dive and do some research, I got you. I love researching things like legal laws. I love researching mental health conditions. I will say this: when a narcissistic personality disorder, and then you have people who absolutely get okay, you just about got it, boo. All right. Because I know my Georgia Peach, she's smart as all get out, y'all. So I know she got this. I'm just offering my assistance. But I'm literally, my nose is running right now. You can tell it from my voice, from the way I'm talking, right? That's another thing. When somebody's nose is actually running because of allergies, you can hear it in their voice, right? Like you can hear it and you can tell. But y'all still don't hear me sniffling as much as they do, and my nose is actually running. It's getting on my damn nerves. That's about it. I have indoor and outdoor allergies. You know what I'm saying? Blow your damn nose if you got the sniffles. I'm just saying. The only people I've ever heard sniff like that is people I know that's doing the drip drip. Also, I want to do something for educational purposes this morning because a lot of us have never. You got to make some phone calls. Okay, well, child, if you have to click out here, just know I love you. Okay, and if you need anything, just let us know. Because a lot of us have never seen, and I myself have never seen it. We're gonna look at what does meth look like because he says a lot of us are meth heads, and a lot of us don't even know what it looks like. We've never seen it a day in our life, so we wouldn't even know to tell you what the drug even looks like, right? We've never seen crack rock. We don't know what it looks like. I don't know what black tar heroin looks like. I don't know what half these drugs look like. So I figure we might look at what it even looks like so we'll know what it looks like. Right? Yeah, my eyes are itching this morning, Miss George Peach. I have indoor and outdoor, and I have seasonal allergies that go all year round. So during the fall, I get allergic to when the leaves fall and the mold and mildew outside. During the summer, I'm allergic to the pollen, dust, ragweed, all that good lovely stuff, and yeah, it acts up worse during springtime, obviously because the pollen's so strong down here. But I have it all year round, so it is what it is. But we're gonna look at what meth looks like this morning because a lot of us, this is educational. Um, I've never seen it myself. I don't even know what meth looks like. Um, so we're going to look at what it actually looks like because I think a lot of us have never done drugs. And so we have no idea. If it was to be in somebody's cup holder, we wouldn't know what it looks like. You know what I'm trying to say? Now, see, now you got a brother that's a cop, so you've probably been to the evidence room and seen a lot of this stuff, right? But a lot of us have no idea. We've never seen it. We have no idea what drugs look like. Okay, so those are powder, right? That's a powder. It's showing you that rock right there. It's showing you. I think that's what heroin is, ain't it? It's not even telling me if it is or ain't. I don't know if that's meth that's been injected or heated up. I'm not sure. Um, Oh, and that's what a meth pipe looks like. Oh, and I guess that's why they call meth ice, because it does kind of look like see through, like ice. I guess that's why they call it that, y'all. I didn't know that's why they called it that, because I ain't never seen it before. I've never seen it, so I guess that's why they call it that, because it looks like ice. You know, I've never seen it. I don't know what it looks like, but I guess that's what it looks like. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is an actual drug bust picture. So we're gonna look at the actual drug bust picture because I think it'll be more telling. Because it shows the real deal Holyfield stuff. So this right here is what it actually looks like for those of us who have never did drugs in our life and we have no idea. I didn't know that it looked like that. I guess I was today years old when I found out that that's why they call it that. I was today years old, y'all. And now we're going to look up what does crack look like, because I've never seen crack before either. I don't know what drugs look like. Yeah, we're supposed to all be drug addicts, but none of us know what the drugs look like. So how are we, like, here's the thing. We're bad drug addicts, y'all. We have no idea what the drugs look like. We're all supposed to be on drugs and doing drugs, and none of us even know what it looks like. Like, so we got to get, at least to know what it looks like. If we're going to be called drug heads and half of us don't even know what it even looks like, we've never seen it a day in our life. We wouldn't know. Okay, so crack's got this yellowish coloration. Okay. So that's something. Hold on. Maybe they have a thing that'll show us what all drugs look like so we'll know. Maybe if I find that so we can kind of cuz none of us really know what it looks like. We don't do drugs. Okay, this right here shows us the difference between crack and meth. And look, guys, we can learn something. Cuz so this is what meth looks like. I mean, crack looks like. So crack's got this yellowish coloration, right? And it's not as see-through, right? And then meth is like almost looking like this. It's like almost clear but see-through kind of situation. So now we know what they made look, what they make, what they look like. And I do know just from when I went to when we were younger, we took that class. Um, where they were teaching us how drugs were bad. And what's the name of that class they made us take as a kid? Dare or whatever. I do know that crack is made from cocaine and meth is made. And the only reason I know how meth is made is because of that TV show Dexter. It's made out of all kind of chemicals. All kind of chemicals. Like they put battery acid and different things in it, and all kind of chemicals. And they on crack it's cut with it's cocaine cut with different chemicals to make it into crack rock. And the only reason I know that is because I went to school and they taught those things, but they didn't teach us. I've never seen what the actual. Why didn't they show us videos of what it actually looked like? They never showed us what it actually looked like. I just realized that they did the educational part of it, but they didn't tell us what it was actually. I think I learned more about drugs from TV shows than I did anything. Am I the only one that learned about drugs from TV shows? Like I still don't know what I want to look up. I'm going to look up now what like compare and contrast different drugs because I've never did. It says, what does crack look like? It can be brown, yellow, or pink. I didn't know it could be pink. There was this picture right here. Hold on. Let me show y'all this picture right here. I didn't know that. Look, I'm learning something new. It says, what does crack look like? Crack is usually white, but can be a shade of brown, yellow, or pink. The term crack comes from the sound the drug makes when it is smoked. Oh, so that's why they call it crack. Because it snap, crackles, and pops. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I just know that that name was given. Oh, yeah, well, see, the only reason I know about the meth thing with the epinephrine, and I know that they use those lithium batteries and the battery acid from it, and the only reason I know that is because y'all remember when they made it to where if you bought lithium batteries or you bought Sudafed, because you or they still do the Sudafed and cough medicine thing, if you have to buy it over the counter, you have to show ID. And there was something else, and I forgot what the other thing is, other stuff is. But those two things you can buy over the counter, right? And like if you go buy that stuff, you have to show ID nowadays because of people who were making meth and stuff. Everybody has to. That's why now when you go buy cough medicine, you have to show ID. Did you know that? And you can't be under the age of 18 and buy it at all. Which kind of understandable. A child under this age of 18 should not be buying cough medicine. Why is their parents not buying it for them? But I like if you buy, I didn't understand. Somebody had to explain it to me. When you buy lithium batteries for anything, they ID you, and I was like, why do you ID people for lithium batteries? And they had to explain it to me because I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And they looked at me and they go, well, that became a state law because of um, drug addicts. I was like, really? They're like, yeah. I was like, how the hell does lithium batteries fit into this equation? And then they had to explain to me that they use the battery acid from the lithium batteries. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Mr. Rubin. And so actually a worker at the store had to explain that to me. Because I was like, I just want to buy some lithium batteries for my camera. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm now I will say this. My cousin, this is funny what happened to him, but it's not funny at the same time. Okay. My cousin had kids and his wife was a photographer. So he bought some lithium batteries for his wife's thing. And he bought his kids were sick, so he bought some Sudafed. He bought cough medicine and a few other items, some he bought some chicken soup because the kids were sick, a bunch of other stuff. Do you believe that the cops got called him and they ripped apart his vehicle thinking he was doing stuff like that? And obviously it was unfounded, but this was during the epidemic of that. And they ripped up the seats in his car and did all kind of shit to his car and didn't find anything because there was nothing to be found. He wasn't doing that shit. And I didn't know, like, he had to, like, they had to apologize to him and pay for his seats to get fixed in his car because they ripped apart his seats in his Mustang. He had a beautiful convertible Mustang, and they literally took knives. They checked the board. They checked the. I mean, you wouldn't believe what the cops do to a vehicle when they check it to make sure you don't got nothing. Oh my God, it was crazy. Yeah, it was because he bought the two items together. He didn't know. He was like me and he was a dumbass and didn't know. And they let him buy it. He showed his ID. He walked out the door. And by the time he got out the door, they were already there and they asked to search his car. So he said, yeah, because he didn't have nothing to hide, right? But he didn't know they were going to take a damn knife to his damn seats and his dashboard and fuck up the interior of his car. He didn't know that shit. Oh, he was mad about that. But I will say they did end up paying. Of course, it was unfounded search and seizure. There was nothing there. They ended up paying for his interior to get fixed because they cut the shit out of his seats and everything. Obviously, they didn't find nothing because his wife was a photographer. You know what I'm saying? His kids were sick. But yeah, he didn't know that if you did that, they would do that to your ass. Yeah. Um, but they ended up paying for his. He didn't know when he gave them permission to search his car that they would do that to it though, because he's like, yeah, I ain't got nothing. Go ahead, search it. There's nothing there. And they ripped apart his car. They cut the seats. They cut the dashboard. I mean, oh my God, they went crazy on his vehicle, dog. And it was a beautiful, beautiful. Mustang convertible. Um, but his wife, he told his wife, this was the funny conversation that he looks at me and goes, "Don't never ever send me to the store to buy your batteries for your camera ever again." He told her he ain't buying them no more. And because she's bought her batteries for her camera multiple times, never had that issue. But it's also because he bought both of those items at the same time. Yeah. I didn't know that either until that happened to him. But the first time I ever got ID'd for cough medicine, I had to ask why, because I didn't know. I'd never done, when you don't do stuff, you don't know why they do that. Also, we're fixing to look at this. This right here shows the difference. Wait, I didn't want to go to crypto prices. I wanted to go view image here. No, why is it doing that? Hold on, let me go. Open image, a new tab. There we go. Okay, so this one shares. Okay, so this right here on the left is what cocaine looks like, and this is what crack cocaine looks like. And it says cocaine's a white crystalline powder, and crack cocaine is small rock, chip, chunk, often off-white or pink color. Also, I do know from learning that cocaine comes from a plant called the coca plant, and whatnot. And it now, if you get it in the pure form, it comes from a pure plant. But if people cut it with stuff and chemicalize it, that's when I've heard that most people have issues with that. I do know that it will mess up your septum in your nose. I have heard that people do a thing where they do like a water drip thing. And that's why you hear them sniffle. Then what's that other thing that oh yeah. And this is the effects right here, the physical effects. I'm going to show you the side effects. Let's share this tab. Side effects of crack cocaine. So you have dilated pupils, restlessness, aggressiveness, nervousness, paranoid, increased alertness, irregular movements, lack of appetite, increased energy, increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, euphoria, picking at the skin, and lack of sleep. That is some of the side effects, right? That is some of the side effects of it. Now we all, a lot of people know what meth mouth is, and crack also does that to the mouth too. It's just that meth has a habit of doing it way worse and a lot faster, because of the chemicals that are found in methamphetamines. We're gonna look at what does drugs do to your body. Okay. So, drugs can have a wide range of effects on your body, impacting physical health, mental state, and brain function, with both short term and long term consequences. Drugs can cause immediate physical effects such as increased heart rate, altered blood pressure, and change in appetite. For example, stimulants like cocaine can lead to rapid heartbeats, while depressants like alcohol can slow down bodily functions. Psychological impact. Many drugs alter moods and perceptions, leading to feelings of euphoria, relaxation, or heightened energy. However, they can also cause anxiety, paranoia, or hallucinations, depending on the substance. Neurological changes. Drugs affect neurotransmitters in the brain, leading to temporary changes in how the brain communicates. This can result in a high or rush, but also can disrupt normal brain function, leading to cognitive impairment. The long-term effects. Dependency and addiction. Prolonged drug use can lead to physical and psychological dependence, where the body adapts to the drug, requiring more to achieve the same effect. This can result in addiction, where obtaining and using the drug becomes a priority over other activities. Health risk. Long-term drugs use can lead to serious health issues, including heart disease, respiratory problems, liver damage, and increased risk of infectious diseases, especially with injection drugs use. For instance, methamphetamines can cause severe cardiovascular problems, while opioids can lead to respiratory failure. Cognitive decline. Chronic use of certain drugs can impair cognitive function, affecting memory, decision making, and emotional regulation. This can lead to long lasting changes in the brain structure and function. Types of drugs and their effects. Stimulants, e.g., cocaine, amphetamines, increase energy and alertness but can lead to anxiety and heart problems. Depressants, e.g., example, um, alcohol or diazepines, induce relaxation but can impair motor function and lead to overdose. Opioids, example, heroin, prescription painkillers, provide pain relief but carry a high risk of addiction and overdose. Hallucinogens, example, LSD, psilocybin, which is basically mushrooms, after perception and mood, but can cause lasting psychological effects. Cannabinoids, example, marijuana, can relieve pain and nausea, but may impair cognitive function and lead to dependency with heavy use. Understanding the effects of drugs on the body is crucial for making informed decisions about their use and recognizing the potential risk involved. Always consult a health professional for guidance on substance use and its implications for your health. Drugs are bad and kind. At least that's, we were always told that on South Park that drugs were bad. We were always told that drugs were bad and kind. Hey, Miss Linda, good morning. I will say that I will say myself that I've known people who smoke weed and don't have a problem. Now, a lot of things you have to be careful about now is that things are laced with other drugs, right? Like people lace weed with different things and it can be very dangerous. And in today's society you have to be careful. Even I haven't smoked weed in many years. I did it once or twice as a kid, right? Drank a little alcohol when I was a kid. Under the age of 18. They can't get me now, statute of limitation. Um but like once or twice, I don't think anybody who hasn't done that as a small, a kid at a party or something. But I have never done hard drugs a day in my life. And I will say I never will. But nowadays, you can't even trust that because people like to put fentanyl on things. You have to be careful accepting a piece of paper from certain people. I've heard, now I don't know how true this is, that you can literally it'll soak through your skin. Like people touched it and died. Like it soaked through their skin. I'm like, what? I'm good. I ain't touching nothing. Mm-mm. But it's more dangerous now. Way more dangerous than it was when we were kids. Like they got a bunch of new stuff that they're doing to things. Like when we was kids, the most they ever laced on weed was they used some kind of like spray that made it sticky or something and made it more potent. And then they had it to where they some people would grind up mushrooms with it and like you would get psychedelic effects. But nobody ever really like laced weed like that. So you either got the good shit or the bad shit, but you didn't have to worry about nobody putting like hardcore drugs into your weed. I've never heard of that. Now I will say I've known Mr. Rubin, I have known weed heads that are assholes. I'm not saying it. I've also known a weed head who claimed they were addicted, and technically there is no addictive property to it unless you put something with it. They thought they needed it, but they technically did not. There's no like what I mean by addiction. There's a mental addiction to it, not a physical. Like your body doesn't physically crave it or have to have it, or you get these weird side effects. Actually, nicotine, aka cigarettes, and alcohol, and certain medications that your doctor prescribes to you have physical addictions to your body. Like there are certain seizure medications. My dad's Farxiga, which is a for blood sugar, right? It's a blood sugar medication. He can't just stop taking it. Even his blood thinner, it can cause adverse reactions if he just stops taking it. They would have to wean his body off of it because your body actually gets a physical dependency on it. And that's just a blood sugar medication. That's a blood thinner. Think about that shit. But versus addictive drugs and stuff. There's a lot of things your body has a physical addiction to, even caffeine. Did you know that your body has a physical, if you drink caffeine enough and you stop like all caffeine, all of a sudden you'll start getting headaches and shit because your body actually has a physical like addiction to caffeine. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Um, yeah, there are exceptions to every rule. I have met some crazy motherfuckers in this world, Mr. Rubin. What up, World Unknown? How you doing this morning? You still got a couple of weeks before school starts. You enjoying your last couple of days of freedom of just not having to worry about doing class reports and all those other things. We was doing educational things this morning. I always do educational things. Reach one, teach one. Um, but you enjoying your last days of freedom before you got to go back to school? That's what I've been told, Miss Linda, about people who are addicted to things. It's like at first they started off doing things for enjoyment, and then it became to where it was like, they had to do it kind of situation, or they felt physically ill and all this other shit. And yeah. Hey, room shaker, 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 shaker girl. I gotta tell you something. I was gonna hit your panel last night, but I had to go molest my husband. I apologize about that. I wanted to hit your panel and talk about and give you some of the history of Rico, Wiley, ODS, all this other stuff. So, um, I'm sorry I didn't get to able to do that because I really did want to. But I'd already had that planned, whatnot. So, I couldn't, you know, I was just being messy before. That's why you saw me shut the fuck up and then say I was like an hour and a half later I was back. um, hey, Miss W. Yeah, I don't know much about the fentanyl stuff. Cuz it came out recently, pretty much. And it wasn't something that I grew up with from a kid. So there is a lot of misinformation out there about some of that stuff. And I'm glad to see that you said that. I got to go back and watch it. I was actually in your live last night. I did see where he ended it. I saw audio. I'm gonna say this. I saw the part with audio. I saw Lemon. I saw the end of the live. If that makes sense. Because I was in your live for a little bit, then I switched over there to a friend of mine, and then I popped into Lemons. I did see the before it completely ended. I missed the part something about 88 coming up or something, but I tuned out. Shaker. I couldn't watch it when um when you was going off on audio and he was being a little bitch and he was crying and he was copping please. I couldn't. I'm like, no. He is the one that made me turn the channel. Not you, Shaker, not Ken Nola, not Miss Tracy, not even Tulsa. It was him. I just could not listen to him copping please no more and acting like a little bitch. That is not the beef set way. He's making me not like him. Here's the thing. I didn't have a I like you, I don't like you kind of thing about him. It was just he was there. When he's there, he's there. It's all right, whatever. But last night, he made me not like him because he acted like a little bitch. I'm sorry, he did. He was copping pleas and crying like a 2-year-old. Ain't no protection plans in the beef sector. I'm sorry, but if you think you gonna beef and you can't scratch and you can't take a read no matter what it is, sit your ass down. Don't be trying to be in the sector. I'm sorry. Don't be trying to beef if you can't beef. It is what it is. Oh, okay. So they're putting in stuff that. Oh, okay. See, the only fentanyl that I've ever known about is I know that sometimes they give you that stuff when they do like procedures where you have to be awake or something. But they like what is that called? Like when you have to be like awake but not awake. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the only thing I really know about that. I looked up my doctor thing when they did my liver biopsy. I didn't know, but they gave me that um, when I had my liver biopsy taken out of my side or whatnot. I thought they gave me general anesthesia. No, they gave me fentanyl in a controlled area when I had my liver biopsy. I didn't know what they'd give me. That was the first time I'd ever been given it. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, that was by a doctor, and that was not something you get out on the street that's synthetic, right? So I had no idea. I actually had to look that up because somebody was asking me what did they give you for a biopsy, and I'm like, I know that I thought it was general anesthesia or what is that called when you're half awake. Yeah, they gave me Versed or whatever, or they gave me uh whatever you call it. It was a fentanyl, but I didn't know it was. Child, I just remember them giving me that medication in my IV. I remember them telling me to turn over. I remember being halfway awake, but I do not remember the procedure. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I have very little memory of that procedure. I thought I fell asleep, y'all. You asked for something else because it was too good. Yeah, sometimes the medication can be that way, and it's like, I don't know if I like this feeling. You know what I'm saying? But I saw you going off, Shaker Shaker, and I'm gonna say this: I tuned out and turned off that live because, and I heard that Lemon had dropped it, dropped the live altogether, and I was in your live and fell asleep, Shaker, when you did your secondary live. I fell asleep in there, and I was gonna type, but then you know how when you half asleep and you thought you did, but you didn't. That's what happened. And I saw a lot of things last night. I didn't say hey to y'all in a certain chat just because I was halfway asleep laying there watching it. I'm sorry, I almost fell asleep watching a lot of things last night or laying there. But I will tell you this: people are copping please too much and being little bitches. Like, don't be a bitch. Don't be a copping please. Um, I seen him. Uh, I saw over there's. I didn't. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those who know. Um, I saw that somebody was attacking Angel Gotti, and I see this blowing up, and I see this becoming a thing. Anybody who knows any situation. Also, hey Miss W, I forgot to say hey to you, girl. I'm so sorry. Um, I see that being a thing. Yeah, he's gonna start attacking Angel Gotti and her family now. It's fixing to get it's fixing to blow up. The thing we said that was gonna happen is fixing to happen because she's not gonna drop Niels. She's not gonna do it, and because she's not gonna do what he wants her to do, he's going to attack. You know what I'm talking about. We see it fixing to happen. Ooh, yeah, no. See, I don't. Mm-mm. Nah, I ain't doing nothing that's got some red devil in it, so that which is used to clean chimneys. It's made from propane battery acid and Drano. That's a I don't want to do them kind of chemicals. I'm good. And that's why I say a lot of us older people, we actually look younger because we never fucked around with that stuff. And a lot of us, we didn't. That's why we got baby faces and stuff. But here's the thing: it's not a shame to be an ex drug addict if you are. And you shouldn't feel shamed if you are clean or you got clean. And you worked hard for that. It's not a shame to do it. It's a shame to not stop it knowing it's hurting you and your family. You get what I'm saying? Like, I champion those people who got clean and, decided to live a better life and decided that those drugs wasn't worth it. It's the people who lie and say they're not doing something, knowing they are. You know what I'm saying? It's the people who, you know what I mean? Hey, Candy Cane Love, girl, I, I, girl, I'm gonna tell you, you got mixed up with somebody else the other day. Somebody got you mixed up with somebody else, and I was like, no, that's the wrong one, different one, different one. Abort mission. But I'll tell you this too, Candy Cane, did you see that bullshit with audio last night? What's your feelings on that, girl? I was like, abort mission, wrong one, wrong one. I don't know, man. I don't know, Miss Linda, if they still give people the concrete shoes, but that would be awesome, wouldn't it? I'm just saying. Good morning, Racing Stars, love. I mean, concrete shoes would be awesome for some people and make them swim with the fishes, Just saying. Yeah, I'm gonna say this: addiction is addiction, and if you can make it out of addiction, and that should be championed. Um, it shouldn't you shouldn't be made to feel bad if you ever did have an addiction and it happened, because it could happen to anybody, and it can be. Here's the thing: a lot of people don't know this. An addiction is addiction. It could be food. You can be addicted to food. You can be addicted to caffeine. You can be addicted to cigarettes. You can be addicted to alcohol. Any addiction is an addiction, and to make it out of it, you shouldn't be made to feel ashamed about it. I myself have never done hard drugs in my life, but I'm not saying that I've never had an addiction. I smoke cigarettes, so I've quit them. I've went back. I've quit them. I've went back. I know what that's like. I'm gonna say this, Candy Cane. The only thing is, I didn't have a feeling towards or against audio, but last night the way he was crying like a little bitch, that made me kind of not like him. I'm sorry, but he was copping please. And if you can't handle a drag and you can't handle a beef, stay the fuck out of the beef. Oh yeah, like Piss Ant's addicted to dick. He likes dick entirely too much. That kind of made me turned off from him when he was crying like a little girl and copping please. I didn't like that shit. And I'm not one of those people that judge people based on other people's beefs, right? But I mean, that shit was just too much. He was crying too much. I didn't like it. He was over there trying to say stuff, but then didn't want nothing said back to him. I'm sorry, but if you do that, then you deserve what comes back to you. And yes, Miss W, relapse is also a part of recovery. It is. And I'll say this, I pray for those who relapse that they get back to recovery. You know what I'm saying? And it's a journey for people who are going through addiction. Yeah, he getting on my nerves, Candy Cane. I didn't like that. Like, we were having a good time, and then he just fucked it up. He fucked up the whole show. He did. He was getting on my damn nerves. Hey, Gamecock Jenny Love. That's true, Miss W. There's always a reason for one to be proud of themselves. Like, that was too much last night, and I don't blame Lemons for saying fuck it. And he was right about keeping that banner up, because I'm gonna tell you something. I do believe they had a plan to P-bomb his channel last night, because who would want the banner taken down? unless you had plans to do something. Because here's my thing, I wouldn't have even thought about the banner. I wouldn't have cared if the banner was up. I'd just be cussing a hoe for filth. I wouldn't have give a damn of that banner being up there. But he kept asking why you still got the banner up. Why you? That was weird to me. That sounded like a setup to me. Well, a lot of kids back in the day used to drop acid and LSD and stuff, and not knowing that um, it can actually cause like you to have schizophrenia and do things like that. I will say that Candy Cane, it seems like he's. I'm gonna tell you the turning point for me not liking audio or not caring for him was the moment that he p bombed YTC. Regardless if you like her or don't like her. Here's the thing: I don't care what was said. There was no reason for him to do that. You don't p bomb other people's channels, and this goes for all sectors. If you have to jump up and p bomb somebody's you know panel or their show, you're a bitch. Like, point blank, period. If you can't handle words, especially during a beef, during the beef, right in the middle of the beef, you're beefing. Nah, nah, nah. Sorry. That was the turning point for me, Candy Cane. And then last night made it even worse. He tried to turn up his mic. I'm sorry, but loudest mic doesn't always matter. And I hate to tell him, I've heard that Atlanta Street Dude interview guy has raped women, so fuck him and the horse he rode in on. And no matter what Ken says out of his mouth, he's never done anything. Yeah, Ken will go low. He'll say some shit that's off the wall. Do I agree with it? No. But Ken is beef sector. Other dude, not beef sector. Sorry, not gonna like other dude over Ken. It is what it is. I'm always gonna have beef sectors back first. Um, but like a lot of people in this sector say shit that's off the fucking wall. You know what I'm saying? They go low. You know the ones that's gonna do it. We all know. If you can't fight with them, don't fight with them. Like, if he can't take a drag and a roast and a gag, what is he doing in the beef sector? He is not beef sector material if he can't do that. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Back in the day, they used to have mock funerals for people. You know what I'm saying? Mock funerals. In the back in the day, when they found out that was a touchy subject for him, they would have done worse to him than what they're doing now. That's right, Candy. Can't you just stop? I hate to tell him, but Ken is big beef sector. Been here for years. You know what I'm saying? I was in Lemon's live when that shit went down. I just didn't drop down in chat, but I was there. And I did not like the way that he says or does certain things. He's clapping please so much, and he sounded like a little bitch. I'm sorry, but he did. And now I will tell y'all something I used to do in school. I sold cookies. They wasn't laced with anything or anything. But I used to have I used to hustle in school. My mama would make me some homemade cookies. I'd get her to make me a bunch of them. And my slogan was, I bet you can't eat just one of them. So what I would do I'd offer people a piece of the cookie. Like I'd take one cookie and I'd break it up and I'd give them a little piece of it. I said, I bet you can't eat just one of them, because my mama's cookies were like crack. They were awesome. They were the best cookies ever. And if in case they couldn't just eat one of them, I gave them the first one for free. They had to give me $1 the next time they wanted a cookie. So I was making bank off of cookies, y'all. I was hustling with cookies, like actual just baked cookies, nothing in them, nothing. I knew what I was doing. I was a good salesman. Yeah, you was there, Candy Cane, for all the mess back in the day. I was too, girl. Here's the thing: I wasn't a part of the mess. Like I didn't get involved. Like I wasn't a part of the original Discord gate, because Lemon is not the first one with Discord gate. Nor is he the first one with, and neither is King Roman, the first one with the Instagram gate. Because let me tell y'all something, for those who don't know beef sector history. There was a Discord gate that dealt with Brianna, Mama Sippin, Daughter here, and a bunch of other folks. That was the first Discord gate. The first Instagram gate actually dealt with 7 stars. If I'm not mistaken, 7 was the first one with the Instagram gate. I think I'm right on that. Instagram gate. And there was a bunch more, that went with that. But there was a lot more before any of these other people ever came along. So we learned a long time ago to be careful in them back chats. We learned a long time be careful in those DMs. We learned a long time ago to be careful being in them damn discords and all that shit. I'm a part of a lot of those things, but do you see me getting in any of the shit? Hell no, because I know how to conduct myself. I'm also not back there screenshotting anything and don't give a fuck to do that. Because first off, I'm not saving all that shit to my device to fuck up my memory on my device. Sorry, I ain't got time for all that. It ain't that important for me. I'm just saying. Like, do you know how much memory that would take up? Shit, I got video games on my shit. Oh, yeah, and don't forget Patreon. Wasn't the first, okay, if I'm not mistaken, SB is the one that he's the one that brought in Patreon to the beef sector. It was Sean Bradley. And then we had people fake their deaths. A lot of these new people don't even know who Sweet Ma was. They don't know who Simply Trey was. They don't know who they don't know who Mona Simone was. They don't know who the Brains were. There's a lot of things that they just don't know, right? I would love to do what VS said she wanted to do. I would love to be able to get SB, Fi Babe, Treasure Lane, VS herself, and Lady Nika. I would love to be able to get some of the OGs and have an OG panel. I would be an OG subby, not an OG content creator. But the only reason I don't think, I don't know if I could ever get Fi Babe up here is because Fi Babe don't know me like that. And so I don't think she would do it. I don't know if I could get SB, but I know that I am well respected by a lot of the OGs because I don't cause issues. But I would also love to get 3 of the OGs and 3 of the newbies on a panel. Like, I think this would be a star-studded panel. This is just my personal idea. VS, Treasure Lane, and Mr. Governor, Rick Reed, right? And then get Bree, Mrs. Intel, and ODS all on a panel together. That'd be pretty cool too. Or a couple of more, different names. We could add in different names. Miss Tracy, you know what I'm saying? There's so many. Oh, they all thought you was that old person. See, it's because of your name, girls, because you share the same name as a person that used to be here. That had a similar name. You're not the same, there it was Candy, but it wasn't Candy Cane, it was Candy something. And so they all thought you was that person, right? And which I think is funny. I'm like, no, that's a different person. Girl, they all thought you was that same person. Ew. But yeah, no, drug addiction is a real thing. And some of these people be up on here sniffling and it's like drug addiction, alcoholism, like we need to all, calm down on the bullshit. Calm down. I will say this, protect your liver and your life and your body. Yeah. No, the situation with Angel Gotti and JT, that shit will blow up soon. I see that happening. But I don't know how far it's gonna go. We'll have to see. We'll have to watch, wait, and see. That's all we have to see. Because I believe he's gonna go after her family next. Yeah, Candylicious. I will say that, Candy Cane, a lot of people mix up names in the sector. That's like there's 2 Charlies. Did you know that, Candy Cane? There's a Charlie with the I, and then there's me, Charlie with the IE, right? And me and Charlie with the eye has a picture of an eyeball. It's a blue eyeball. We're not the same person. That's not me. If you talk to that person in chat, we are two different people. I don't know if that's a guy or a girl. But we apologize to each other if we ever got cussed out because of the other one. But there's two Charlies. There's 3 or 4 or 5 Candies. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of hoods. We got Hood Conservative, Hood Table. There's Hood Therapy. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple of hoods up in the with the hood name in their name in the sector, and yeah, people get mixed up. Just like that's why when Miss Olivia went off on Olivia is with the smileys or whatnot, which I found out was Miss Angela T. White. I thought that was kind of stupid because we have a lot of people with very similar names. You know what I'm trying to say? Oh, and then we had Charlie Baltimore. Yeah, I forgot about Charlie Baltimore, Candy Cane. I don't know what happened to Charlie Baltimore. Maybe that's Charlie with an I. Because we do have Charlie with an I. A lot of people misspell my name too because of that, because of Charlie with the I. Mine's Charlie with the I-E. So I don't know. Maybe that's the same person. I'm not sure. But we have a couple Charlies. You know what I'm saying? We have a couple Candies. We have a couple, similar names. Now, I will say, Happy Life, I got to tell you something, bro. Your little messy tail fisting get cussed the fuck out. You being a little too free with your shit and a little too messy. You getting a little too messy. Talking some big major shit in them chats. They're going to cuss your ass out. I'm just telling you. I tried to help you out, bro. You need to listen. Step back. You get a little too comfortable. It might be her, Candy Cane. I think she just took the Baltimore off her name. I think she just did that. You know what I'm saying? But she just has the I in her name. We talked in chat one day. She said she's messy and I'm not. And she apologized to me if I ever got cussed out because of her. And I apologize to her if she ever got... Yeah, he's doing too much and he's doing too much flip-flopping. He's going to get his ass in some mess. Hey, Smooth Carter. He's going to get himself in some mess. He being too free in them chats and he talking a lot of mess and somebody gonna call him on shit. Yes, a lot of us give him a pass. I will admit, because we know he's special needs. Right? But he gonna keep on and somebody ain't gonna give a fuck. Because they gonna treat him like they treat everybody else. If you want fair treatment, they'll give it to you here. Oh yeah, the West dude. He's trolling too much. He needs to step back a little bit on his troll game. Like here's the thing. There's a difference between a little bit of trolling and a little bit of too much. And he's doing a little too much right now. He's calmed down a little bit. It's some of the things he's saying is turning a lot of people off. And they don't like the shit. But yeah, so there's quite a few people I see that the beef sector is getting tired of their bullshit. The beef sector is getting tired of it, and I'm just saying, there's a few of them. Audio is ruining himself right now. He don't realize it, but there was a lot of people in the beef sector that actually liked him. You know what I'm saying? And was going to his channel, and now he's turned them off because of his antics, right? And a lot of people don't like it, like him clapping please, crying like a little bitch, wanting a content creator to save him. Like, here's the thing. Us old school beef sector people, we don't ask YTC to save us. We don't ask Lemon to save us when we're in a beef. You didn't hear me when I was beefing with somebody go, YTC, this is unfair. Oh my God. YTC save me. No, I just went back and forth. And when I was done with it, I was done with it. When I got called out, I stepped up to the plate. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see, Candy Cane, in that chat the other night. When I was reading that chat, that I didn't even have to say what I was thinking because the whole chat was blowing up with it. The whole chat, I was going to type. I was going to drop down out the clouds and type. But the whole chat was saying it for me. I didn't even have to say it. That he is turning people off of this shit. Audio, if you're listening, I want you to hear you were doing good when you first came into the beef sector, and a lot of people liked you. A lot of people liked you, and now people are getting to where they don't like you. And what's supposed to happen is the whole sector is going to black you out. They'll do an old school blackout. That's what they used to call it back in the day. Where you ain't going to have but so many people in your chat, and you was doing good. You were doing real good. You were accepted. Now it's fisting flip. Those tables fisting turn, buddy. You fucking up. P-bombing people was the first step. Now you copping pleas and you crying about and turning up volumes like that's really going to help you. No. You got to be able to drag back. They going to black you out. The old school beef sector subbies are going to black your ass out. And you ain't going to have but a few of the new people or some of the people who just watch everybody. You know, we got some folks that just watch everybody. It don't matter who they are. But they don't remember the old school blackouts. They don't remember Geisha Girl. They don't remember that Tracy and VS were fighting like hell. And a lot of people were fighting each other. But when Geisha Girl tried to come in and attack Tracy, everybody turned on her. Everybody and their mama. Because she was an outsider trying to attack beef sector. We used to do that. Like, we could fight each other. Like, we'd be fighting the shit out of each other. Different camps. TSCC versus Sean Bradley's camp. Right? Versus the Teresa's Pieces. Versus the, Babe Nation. We'd fight each other. But you didn't step in it if you was an outsider, because we'd turn on your ass. Like, don't be talking to my people like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Miss Tracy. Like, we would then become allies. Even if we didn't like each other. You get what I'm saying? Be like, yeah, we may fight each other, but you ain't fighting us. I will say, I did not get to see Sassy's roundtable meeting because it was on a Saturday. Y'all know Saturday is my husband's day. Had nothing to do with me not supporting Sassy. I wasn't even there for Room Shakers. And I like Shaker too, right? I like both of them. I wasn't able to be there because I was busy, right? And sometimes that happens. Y'all know Saturday is my husband's day. Sunday is Geek and God day. Hey, TT Love. So I wasn't on these YouTube streets that Saturday. I was actually out helping my mother-in-law find a place because she was actually down here. She just left back for New York. I was helping her find a place that she was trying to find. You know, I'm the direction person or whatnot. And then me and my husband spent the rest of the day together, you know. But you know, like I will say that these too many people are copping pleas and too many people are being little bitches about shit. It's I said, and you got to chill was right about this. When I was over there at Very Curious, I said, you know, I would love to do a roundtable discussion. I said, but y'all know they're not going to want to hear it from me. And it's just the truth. It's the truth. Because you know them motherfuckers going to come at me and they're going to call me everything but a white woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Even if I have my heart in the right place. Because I love the beef sector. It's my home. And I can come from a moderator's standpoint. I can come from a subby standpoint because I am an OG subby of the beef sector. I'm a content creator, but I'm a brand new content creator, and I don't really necessarily create beef sector content per se. I do all different kind of content, right? But we all know how that goes. You know, I will say that I would love to be able to get the OGs together and run it down for some of the new people. Not necessarily a roundtable discussion per se, but kind of like that. I would like to hear from the perspective of the OGs where they see this sector headed. Right? Do they even enjoy beef sector? And if they do, you know, like, because here's the thing, a lot of our OGs have stepped back from the sector. We have very few that actually do, and if they do step down and do beef sector content, it's like every once in a while. They left it up to us kids nowadays, as they would say. Let the kids have it. That's the way I felt like the OGs are feeling right now. Let the kids have it. Let them do their thing. But I would love to be able to hear from them. I would also love to hear from the OG subbies. Because here's the thing, the OG subbies, the ones that have been here forever, they know every bit of the history from start to finish, right? And they can tell you the turning points, the crazy mess. Now, one thing that I think would bring back the old school beef sector, don't bring back necessarily the calling of the cops, the messy bad parts of the old school, the good parts of the old school. Bring back skits. I think that a lot of people would enjoy that and love that, is if content creators did the skits like back in the day. It was messy. Sometimes the reads were a little crazy, but they were fun. When people would sit there and pretend to be another content creator and make it outlandish, right? That was some of the parts of the beef stick that I've heard from many subbies that they miss. Oh yeah, TT, I read. We watched Mr. Ruben's story time this morning. See, that's what I'm saying, Candy Cane. And here's the thing: Rita used to skits, BS did skits, Tracy did skits, SB, like it was just a thing, right? They would do skits about each other. That, it wasn't all the time. It wasn't like terrible drama. Sometimes it could be funny. And I will say a lot of these people's reads nowadays, I did hear this. They're recycled reads. They're using other people's nicknames and things about people instead of coming up with new funny reads. They're not hitting with funny jokes like they used to. The reads are just reads and just nasty sometimes. Like they didn't just do nasty reads back in the day. They also did funny jokes about the other one. And I think that's what a lot of old school people are missing is the laughs. The OGs of the sector are missing the laughs, the fun times. Like it's cool to go back and forth. It's cool to fight, but back in the day, there was a lot of laughter. It was a lot of joking. It was a lot of jokester stuff. And I think that's what a lot of people from back in the day are missing. Yeah, Rebel Son did skits on Tracy. And then he did that one on Heidi. And y'all remember the Mess Express? When they used to do their stuff and they did the whole skits on different people. Yeah, Racing Stars. I played a video. You got to go back and listen to the story time from Mr. Ruben. You can red ball if you would like. Hey, Dr. Creole, Leave a Butterfly, my sister from another Mr. Child. We was just talking about, like, I think a lot of what people are missing from the old school beef sector compared to the new is the skits, the funnies, the laughter. I think a lot of the laughter, a lot of the jokes, like the new people aren't joking as much, right? Like the jokes, like they hit, they were funny, they were creative. I think that's what's missing is people enjoyed the laughter that it brought. People, it was funny back in the day. Now people are being like just cutthroat, doxing, all this other stuff. Like the old school way did have some funnies to it, right? We would laugh. We would laugh until our stomach hurts. We'd be crying laughing at some people. You know what I'm saying? I just mean crying laughter. That's why we enjoyed it, because it was fun. It was entertaining. It was funny. There was a lot of laughter. I think that's, if I had to pinpoint one thing, that would be the thing that is missing a lot is the laughter, is the funniness, is the jokes. They would joke on each other, you know? Hey, Taryn. Hey, love. I think people are missing the funnies, right? They're missing the fun times of people joking on each other, the skits. You know what I'm saying? The people putting on wigs and putting fake fat rolls under their shirts. Putting fake booties on their booty and walking around doing stupid stuff. I think that was the part that people enjoyed the most and miss is the funnies, right? The skits, the people walking around acting like, they can't walk and trying to climb up a pole and they fail. You know what I'm saying? Like the funny part, the jokes. Also, the reads are getting more dark instead of funny. Like, I do believe that. Hey, K-Fam Shark, how you doing, baby? I ain't seen you in a minute. How's my baby shark? Do 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 baby shark. Do 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 baby shark. How you doing? I ain't seen you in forever, child. I've been trying to stay. You know, I noticed the two people that I both like, both of them, all of y'all are fighting, and I'm trying to stay. Oh, I don't want to be a part of it because I like everybody, and I hate when people fight like that. But if I'm wrong, my beef sector people that are in here, tell me I'm wrong. I think the big thing that has changed from old school beef sector to new, because a lot of it's been there, done that. The doxing used to happen back in the day. We used to say people lost if they doxed. Like you couldn't handle a read if you went to doxing. Like that was a person's last resort when they were losing. That wasn't the first thing you did, you know. Um, I will say that it was more funny. You know what I'm saying? It was more funny back then. It was hilarious. Like we used to have the funs and the laughter and reads were funny. It wasn't just darkness. It wasn't just cutthroat. You didn't go straight for the bad thing. That was the last thing that you did. The first thing you did was joke on their hair, their face, their fat, they farted on camera. Somebody had a camera slip. Their eyeball went wonky. You know what I'm saying? And you roasted them for the fun of it, not in a hateful manner per se, right? Like you called somebody cottage cheese booty and said that the reason they cockeyed is because they just can't see eye to eye with your ass no more. And you said their left toe was bigger than their right toe, and that's why their ass was off balance and they fell. And they couldn't even walk a straight line if they wanted to. That's because they knock-kneed and bow-legged. You know what I'm saying? You made the funnies about it. Yeah, I basically just I didn't want to like I don't want to be a part of that fight at all because I like both people. I will say this, Candy Cane. I've been a part of the sector since the beginning, and I've watched it evolve. I've watched it change. I've watched things go up, things go down. We've had this conversation before in the beef sector. That's what's like about the changes. I don't mind the new people. It's not the new people. It's the fact that the new people don't do jokes. It's the fact that the new people don't know rules and regulations. It's the fact that the new people didn't get to know the beef sector before they just started jumping into shit. They didn't learn the history. They didn't take the time. They just went, I'm gonna do it my way and it don't matter. I think that's a main problem. It's a main issue in my opinion. They didn't take the time to get to know people, so their reads are also lie roasting. A lot of us from the old school, um, you know, they don't. I'm gonna say that too, Dr. Creel. They didn't earn their spot and stick to the sector rules. Um, I earned my spot in the beef sector. I earned my respect. Do you know how long it took me as a person of white descent to earn my spot? You get what I'm trying to say? I earned it through respect. And a lot of these new people, these new trolls, try to come at me just because I'm a white person in this space. Well, here's the facts, motherfucker. I've been here longer than you, and I earned my respect. You know what I'm saying? I earned it. And a lot of us in this chat earned our respect. We earned our places. We are known when we step into a chat because we earned it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't just step in here and think we're going to get something handed to us. Hell no, we had to earn that shit. What you talking about? You didn't just become a part of the beef sector and jump up on a panel and start cussing an OG out. You would have got your ass cussed out by all the OGs at one time, even if they didn't like each other. You know what I'm saying? You would have got cussed by all of them at once. Oh shit, yeah, Miss Tracy, you've been through the ringer. Yeah, Miss Tracy, she earned her spot. I'm gonna tell you something. Miss Tracy been cussed out by a few of the OGs. Miss Tracy, you've been through some shit in the beef sector. A lot of us have. You get what I'm saying? Like, even though I didn't really get a part, here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you something. Just because of my association, do you know how many chats I was blocked in and had to earn the right to be there? Do you realize that? Like, I was blocked out of chats I didn't even do nothing to. Like, that's something, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of us that are old school, you know, it was different. And I don't mind some of the changes. Some of the changes aren't terrible. I like the fact that now you can go wherever you want to go and you don't get automatically blocked from being seen in two different chats. I like that. That's a new thing. That's a new rule and regulation that came along that I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, it was you were in your camps, and if you got saw in the other chat, both those bitches would block you. You get what I'm saying? Even if you didn't do nothing, you could just say hey to everybody. You know, so I do like that new thing. That's a good thing that was put into place where you could just, you know, go around and see what's going on and all that shit. I will say a lot of these newer people are saying bullshit to the trolls. Well, here's the thing. The trolls made the beef sector. The trolls carrying bones started a lot of the fights back in the day. Well, I saw such and such and such and such chat saying such and such and such and such, and they bring back bones to each camp. Each camp. They started a lot of the drama. Tell me I'm wrong. They had their place in the beef sector. The trolls had their place. The carrier of bones had their place. A lot of people claim they didn't like the people that carried bones, but technically, the people who carried bones actually helped start some of the beefs or make them worse or amp them back up again when they were starting to die out and made it interesting. Well, Candy Cane, you a little bit different. It's just like there was very few people who could get away with doing that. I'm going to tell you that. Especially, here's the thing though. You didn't actually join none of the camps. That's the part. If you joined a camp, you was a part of that camp. It didn't matter. If you was a moderator for a specific CC, you couldn't be seen in another CC's chat. You couldn't. Oh no, they'd cuss your ass out. The bone carriers actually served a purpose. Right? And nowadays they're trying to block those people. No, don't block a messy Molly. Don't block JB Longwit. Don't block that shit out because you're blocking out the person that's going to carry the bone to create another beef. Don't do it. That's actually a part of the beef sector way. Molly serves a purpose. Battle Roach, the original, the OG. Everybody knows who was the first troll in the beef sector or the most known, well-known troll in the beef sector. The Wrench. Everybody knows the Wrench was the OG when it comes to like started the most beefs. If I could give any troll an award for back in the day, started most beefs, carried the most bones, I would say it was the Wrench. Now we had a few more. We had the mystery van. We had a few others, but I know, right? See, you was Babe Nation. You couldn't drop down to VS. I was VS's camp. I couldn't drop down in Babe Nation. You get what I'm saying? I couldn't do it. I would have got blocked on site. And then I would have got said I was a traitor to my camp and got blocked from my camp too. So you had rules and regulations. We cloud watched. You know what I'm saying? You had your camps back in the day. I do like the new thing where you could just go anywhere you want to go. I think that's a good thing that happened. But a lot of the OG stuff, people are like, I don't like that. That was part of the main part that made it awesome. The reads are not hitting like they used to hit because they're becoming dark. When I say dark, I mean they're going below the belt. They're not throwing in the jokes and the jabs. Like, I'm gonna say this. What is some of your, regardless of what camp you were with, favorite jokes that were also a jab? If you can remember any from way back in the day. What is some of your favorite jokes that were jabs back in the day? Like, there was a lot of them. I know it's hard. And it's a long history to think about. But some of the jokes that we said back in the day, or the content creators did, the OGs, that were jabs. Like, Mother still does it. Mother still does the jokes with the jabs. You get what I'm saying? I was with, I'm gonna tell you this. Everybody knows I was with TSCC. Everybody knows that, right? I was with also Bree before there was a Pettyville. When Bree only had 8 to 10 people in her live. Before Bree ever became Pettyville. When Bree didn't even want a channel. Y'all remember when Bree didn't want a channel? Because she didn't want to be a part of she didn't want none of the BS, the craziness. She didn't want nobody calling her job. At one time, Bree didn't even want a channel, but we all pushed Bree to get a channel, and I'm glad she did. I'm glad she did. I remember when VS told Bree that she didn't want none of her mods being her mods. See, a lot of people misinterpreted that situation. The reason VS said that is because she knew that Bree was going to blow up. She knew Bree had the it factor. Because this is what VS said out of her own damn mouth. She didn't want nobody to say that VS's people was Bree's people. So she wanted Bree to have her own people. So if they ever did get into a fight, Bree wouldn't have a problem. She was actually looking out for Bree's channel. And a lot of people didn't catch that shit. They wanted to claim it was because she was trying to do this. That no. Think about it. If in case they had gotten into a fight back in the day, they didn't get into it back in the day, but let's say they did, and all of Bree's mods were VS mods or vice versa, that would have caused dissension for both content creators. She was looking out for not only her channel, but Bree's too. She was thinking in her mind, this way, if Bree ever needed a separation, Bree would be able to do it with no problem. And she would know who was for her. And not just because they were there because of VS, but they were there for Bree. Because they cared about Bree. I watched that whole thing go down. I was there the whole time. I remember when we had the women's empowerment. You know what I'm saying? For Lady Nika. And when Lady Nika, when people were down in Lady Nika and all this other stuff, and we did the women's empowerment, you know what I'm saying? To clear up some shit for Nika. Because people were running with whatever narrative they wanted to run with. You know what I'm saying? We did the women's empowerment thing. There was a lot of history back there. I know. We've been around a long time. I'm going to tell you something. That's one panel show that I don't think will ever be recreated in the beef sector. There's a couple of them. We had the gentleman's panel. We had, we had the TSCC Mess Express. And the Mess Express was fun. I'm going to say that. And every person added their own little adage to it. You get what I'm saying? The TSC Mess Express was, to me, bar none, one of the funniest. I love the gentleman's panel. I liked it. There was we had the lesbian panel, and Jay Dunn is right. The one that happened with what what is her name? DC Cop was not the first lesbian panel. You know what I'm saying? It was not. I would love to have a beef sector history. Oh, and we had the Grand Central Station. That's right. That's right. Can't forget the Grand Central Station. The first panel shows were about content creators coming together, right? See, content creators and having a panel and telling what went down, but in a funny way. And they did history breakdowns. They started new beefs. They talked about old beefs. They talked about what had happened that day in the beef sector or that week. And the way the beef sector used to roll was that instead of agree to disagree, if you didn't like somebody and what somebody said, you used to beef over it. Think about it. Nowadays, people are like, no, that ain't why we beefing. We beefing because we don't like each other. But back in the day, people used to beef just because they didn't like what the other person had to say. You got that wrong. I don't like what you said. Fuck you, hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody said or recounted something that was said that day, that could start a beef between two people. Like, let's say I was reporting on the news and I said it wrong. You know what I'm saying? And let's say I was reporting on Rita Running, right? And I misquoted her. Right? She would cuss me out, make a skit, start making fun of me in all kind of ways, right? And then I would get mad because she said I was wrong, and I'd start making skits about her. And then we'd start going back and forth. And there's how our beef started. A lot of the beefs were natural. They happened because somebody didn't like what the other person said. Not, oh, I got to clear it up this way. No, they cleared it up, but they also roasted and gagged the person because they got it wrong and said it wrong, or they didn't like the way they said it. Think about it. That's how they mostly started. Because you said something I didn't like. Nowadays, people got to jump on the link, clear it up right away, and they don't want to beef with the person. They just want to correct them. You get what I'm saying? People used to, now I don't like slick shave myself. I like you to tell me to my face if you don't like me. But that was sometimes also how beefs got started. Was somebody would slick shade somebody else, somebody would get pissed off about it, and bam, beef started. I will say that was another way. Somebody was being messy in a chat and said something about somebody else in a chat. Another person carried the bone to the other person, said such was talking about you in such chat, and such said such, and bam, beef started. What the fuck you say about me in such and such chat? You dirty hoe. You one-eyed, one-eyed Willie. That's why you and me can't see eye to eye, bitch. You can't even walk a straight line, you knock-kneed hoe. You know, that's the way it started. You so fat that you can't even fit through a regulation door. You had to use a duvet, a cover as a towel because the regular towels don't fit your fat ass. You know, we used to make up all kind of shit about each other. Cottage cheese booty bitch. I'm just saying. Bat arm hoe. You know, got the bat wings. It was just the funnies. It was the laughter. It was the, you know, and I think that's what a lot of people miss. And what I have loved to have joined the roundtable discussion and actually said these things then yes, I would have, but I was not able to. So I'm saying them now. What I love, and I'm gonna put this out there, I doubt they'll see it. It's at the 1 hour and 51 minute mark. If y'all want to, do a timestamp for somebody, I would love to have um calling the OGs to the table. If y'all would love to do a panel show, talking about any of this stuff, just know that I am willing to host it. I know that I respect a lot of y'all and I've not caused any issues for most of you. Um, but I would love to bring you all to the table. You know what I'm saying? I would love to bring you to the table. I would love to be able to have the OGs. And Treasurer Lane was right in the fact that he does the town halls. He always has because people respect Mother. Mother's the one person in the sector, one of the OGs, that could get almost everybody together, almost everybody, right? Without having issues. He's the one that people ain't going to talk over because they respect him, right? So he could have people on panel that absolutely can't stand each other. He's the one person that could always do it. Nobody else could. Tell the truth. Shame the devil. It was always Mother. That's why we went to Mother's house. Not a lot of people are blocked at Mother's house. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yep, you're right, Miss Tracy. I remember when you and Lady P got into Miss Tracy, you've had a couple of beefs in the beef sector. You know what I'm saying? You had your beefs. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I think I'm the one that's had the least beefs. I've had one or two. I mean, one or two. I really don't beef a lot though. It's because I get along with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to go out there and start fake beefs. And if I'm not mad at a person or I'm just not I'm not that type, you know? Um but I believe that if I could get them all together on one panel, it would be the Shiznit. I would love that. I would love to be able to get them to all come up and talk. Would they do it? I'm not certain. I'm not certain on that, but I would love to get, the OGs up on a panel together. I would like to get SB, QB, Phi Babe, um, VS, Treasure Lane. I would love to get Mr. Rick Reed. You know what I'm saying? I would love to get Miss Tracy. Um, I would love to get Wiley. You know what I'm saying? I would love to get there's so many OGs in the beef sector. I would love to get their points, their opinions. Could I get them all up here? SB, obviously. You cannot say it without saying SB. Miss Gina, Queen of Talk. I would love to be able to get them all up here and have a discussion. I wouldn't call it a round table. I wouldn't call it, what Mother does, because I'll never be that. I'll never have that kind of respect as Mother has. But I would love to be able to hear them all come together, even if it's for a one time only. I know some of them hate each other. Their beefs go strong. Their beefs are still there and they'll never go away. But to be able to hear their point of view on the beef sector and where they've seen it come from and go to. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the point. I don't have anybody in the beef sector blocked, right? I've never caused problems for the beef sector. And I would love to be able to hear the OG's point of views of where they've heard the beef sector come from and where it's going to, what changes they do like about the beef sector, and the things they can't stand. I would love to be able to basically have like almost an interview type situation, but it's more like a conversation with the OGs of the beef sector. Is that not funny? You like my bedtime story, Racing Stars? It was good, wasn't it? Oh, cool. Tracy just said Rico is out. Awesome sauce. I hope he's okay. Here's the thing. Even if you like or you hate him, it don't matter either way. I don't want to see nobody. I said the same thing about Wiley. And I said the same thing about every person in the sector. And I'll keep saying, I don't want to see nobody in jail for no crazy shit. Do I like the way he treated his puppy? No. You know what I'm saying? Could he have done better? Yes. Does he need his ass whooped for some of the shit he does? Hell yeah, he needs a spanking. Somebody needs to do him like a big mama. Boy, sit your ass down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Somebody needs to tell him every once in a while to sit his little ass down. He needs to sit his little ass down. It was unnecessary. Sit your little ass down somewhere. Calm the fuck down. Don't be doing all that crazy mess. Don't be threatening folks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Sit the fuck down. You know, sometimes he's unnecessary. Sometimes he do some crazy shit. You get what I'm saying? But do I want to see anybody in jail? No. No, I don't want to see all that. No. I want to see him do better. I want to see him stop doing the manic shit. And, you know, just, I know Rico, known him for years. He's always been a little, you know, a little crazy sometimes. You know what I mean? But it's uncalled for anybody going to jail over some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? No, he just needs somebody to take a switch to his ass every once in a while. Tell him to sit down when he's doing wrong. Sit your little ass down, stop doing that shit. You know better than put that shit on camera. You been a part of the beef sector for how long? You know what I'm saying? Sit your ass down. Somebody needs to get a switch to him like a big mama. Somebody needs to be his auntie. And, you know, tell him when to sit the fuck down. Y'all tell me when I need to set my little white ass down. Y'all tell me to go sit in the corner. Like, Charlie, sit your little white ass down. You're doing too much. I'm like, okay. Somebody need to, you know, grab him by the hand and tell him when he's doing too much. And threatening people on camera with a knife is a little too much. And then he set his last down. Talk your shit, but don't do no crazy shit. You know what I'm saying, Candy Cane? Somebody need to grab him by the hand and say, sit your ass down. You're doing too much. Sit down. That's too far. That's too far. But y'all know Rico ain't gonna listen anyway. Rico the barber, even if you tell him to sit the fuck down, he ain't gonna listen. He don't be listening sometimes. I think the only person that has ever been able to tell Rico to calm the fuck down and he actually listened was Mother. To tell you the truth, I think I remember that one time he told him, saying, now, Rico, you know, he took him by the hand pretty much. And I think that's the only person that ever got through to him and made him listen about something. Anybody else, I don't think he'd listen to. He'd probably cuss him out and, you know, tell him he's going to cut him or spit on him or do something. You know what I mean? But, yeah. There's like, here's the thing. He just needs to sit down and stop the shit. Because here's the thing. We already know this. If people know that he's on papers or people know that he got something, they're going to come after him for it. Like, it is, you know. Oh, you working on your book? Awesome sauce. Well, if I'm going to say this, if you get something published or you get something put through or you want me to read a passage from your book or you get it put on Amazon, whatever the case may be, let me know. I'll promote it. You know I will. And I'll read. I love books. I love reading. But I hope Rico sit his little ass down somewhere. And here's the thing. I pray that dog is okay. That is... And people are like, why do you care more about the dog than you do this other situation? Here's the thing. A lot of people did, you know, and have done stuff for the children that, you know, or whatnot. I care about the dog because I know that that animal can't speak up for himself, right? And I just hope that that dog's okay because when you have a pity mix, a lot of shelters don't like having them. And I rescued a pit myself to keep them from being unalive because pits have a bad name. They get a bad name and a bad rep when they can be some of the sweetest animals you've ever seen in your life. Oh, you gonna drop it with your mixtape next week? Cool. I hope you keep growing and keep doing your thing, World Unknown. Y'all, if y'all don't know, this is a nice young man that I met about last month or so. And he's a good young man. very respectful, very smart, intelligent. Um, he does his music, he does his own little thing. Um, he's a good young man, and I just like helping, our youth to grow. I did tell him if Auntie Charlie, because now I'm gonna tell you I'm your white auntie now. Um, says some stuff, or I cuss a hoe out in the name of Jesus. Just don't pay attention to Auntie. Don't pay attention. Close your ears. But you old enough, 17, 16, 17 years old. You old enough to know about some things. But if Auntie Charlie says certain things, just tell you close your ears and don't pay attention to me. Uh, But this right here's World Unknown's channel. If y'all would love to support him, um, he's only got 125 subscribers. I would love to get him up to 1K, or at least as close to as we possibly can. Try to build this young man up. You know what I'm saying? So that we got to put our eggs in a basket and build our youth up. They're our future. The children are our future. But y'all, I want to thank y'all all for being here. I'm supposed to get off here. I'm gonna try to take a nap and catch up on all the things I've missed because I'm tired and I don't even know why. Like I don't know, man. I ain't been sleeping good for about 2 weeks now. I swear to God, if I don't start going to sleep on time, I've been messed up my whole sleep schedule. I ain't going to bed like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna say this, Miss Candy Cane. Um, if I had known that your niece was missing at the time, I don't know what was going on with me at the time. Um, I don't think I was content creating at that time. Was I content creating? I don't even know if I was. I don't even remember, man. I would have did a whole show on it, right? I would have did a whole show on it. I would have had you come up. We would have did a whole thing. And I'm so sorry that your niece was found unalive. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I do. I care about the children. I care about the animals. I care about people. I did a thing for a young lady called Amaya Braxton. I've done a thing for you know, I do the true crime cases about this stuff, like Naziah Harris's case, a bunch of others. I do give a damn. Some people don't, though. You're right, Candy Cane. Some people just want the mess and the drama and the bullshit. And I'm not one of those people. I do. I don't like the shit that I see on some of it. And I've spoke up about it. Like, I think that some people may have been mad at me because I spoke up and I didn't like the fact that, when people hit their kids on here, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. I do give a damn. Magnesium glycate. See, I wasn't I wasn't content creating then. I wasn't content creating then, Miss Candy. If I had been, I'd have been one of the ones that would have, you know what I'm saying? And that was around the time that I started coming back. That was around the time that I started coming back. I was out of the loop for a little while during that time. That would explain it to me. You know what I'm saying? Also, let me go over here. I'm gonna share your channel out, Miss Candy Cane. I am subscribed to your channels. I think the first time that I actually heard you speak about it was over at maybe Very Curious, I believe, or it might have been Miss Ronnie IQ's. I don't remember exactly what channel, but I think it might have been Very Curious. Oh, okay. Let me share Dr. Creole out right quick. Y'all know that's my sister from another mister, and I love her very dearly. A lot of children and a lot of us adults need to speak up for the children. Um, let's see. Let me go over here to. Do you have the live? You don't have the live set up yet. I was going to share the live link itself. But I see it's not up yet. So I'm just going to share the channel where people can subscribe and turn on their notifications. And sometimes, Creole, either you do some of your lives while it was Ronnie IQ. I do remember when you spoke about it after the fact. I remember hearing about it, but it was way after she had been found. Um, yeah, I didn't start content creating until September of last year, September or October of 2024. I haven't even been a content creator for a full year yet. It will be coming up soon. I think it was September or October of last year. So I actually heard about it, I believe, after she was found. If I had been a content creator when you were going through that, um, yeah, that's the day I heard about it. Miss Candy Cane was the day after she was found. I remember watching Miss Ronnie IQ and seeing that, and I think I said in the chat that I was, so sorry about that, Candy, because I'm gonna tell you something. I am so sorry about your niece, baby. Um, yeah. Well, when you set it up, and girl, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure I drop the link in here, and you know, if everybody would go over there and at least hit the like button, do some views for Miss Dr. Creole Butterfly. She's an amazing human being, and she deserves her accolades. Cause I'm gonna tell you something, uh, girl, I love you with all my heart, and she's extremely sweet, kind, everything. I think I might have shared it on my wall, Miss Candy Cane, because I had a community wall then, but I didn't content create, and I would share everybody on my community wall. But I didn't have but like 200 or 300 subscribers at that point when that happened. So I don't know how many people it reached back then. I didn't get my 1K until October of last year or November. So I think it was like November or something like that. I got my 1K, October or November. I know that the beef sector helped me get to my 1K. Um, you know, I'll never discount what VS did for me. I'll never discount what the Hood Table did for me. I'll never discount what ODS did for me. I'll never discount what the beef sector in general, Dr. Creole, all y'all did for me, how y'all subscribed me and loved me up. I'll never discredit it. I will always give y'all's flowers, because if it wasn't for the beef sector, I would have never reached my 1K, and I reached it within weeks because of the beef sector. And so I will always give the beef sector their flowers. Lemon shared me out. ODS shared me out. VS, you know what I'm saying? I'll never forget the Hood Table. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, all of y'all push me. Very Carey, you know what I'm saying? I'll never forget. I'll never forget. Like, that's one thing about me, is I'm super appreciative of everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm super appreciative. I'm gonna say this, Miss Candy Cane. I support you. I have for a very long time. In fact, the minute that I actually got a hold of your channel one day, I forgot whose chat I was on. It was either Miss Ronnie, somebody's wall, and somebody shared your channel out, and I subscribed to it. And I've been subscribed since then. I don't remember exactly when that was. I can't tell you the exact date. You get what I'm saying? I can't tell you the exact date. But I do, I need to go through there and put some hearts like I normally do. But I say that you should do a live. And I will make sure myself that I share you out. If you would like to have someone come up with you, I don't mind doing that, as long as it's not a Saturday, because that's my husband's day, and a Sunday, because Sunday is Geek and God Day. If it's Monday through Friday, let me know what time. Now, usually Friday nights, I'm busy with either Very Carey or Fumble. He's another one of my friends. And Thursday nights, I usually do with Twin Mama if she's live. But pretty much, all through the week, I'm pretty much free anytime. So if you ever want to do that, just let me know. Just let me know if you ever feel it in your heart to do it. You don't have to. I ain't pushing you to do it. I'm just saying if you want to. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that you know that. Let me see if Dr. Creole Butterfly has got the live set up yet. She's setting it up right now. I know her. That's why she's quiet in chat, y'all. But that's what I do. I support people. That's what we should all do. We should support each other. Here's the thing: we're a lot of us smaller content creators or newbies or whatnot. We got to support each other. You know what I'm saying? Give each other support because there's enough of us and enough love to go around and build each other up. Are you using a cell phone or are you using a tablet or a computer? Because it could be the device, it could be the internet connection. If you're using a specific internet connection, when I used to do it, I know what my problem was back in the day. Back in the day, my problem was my internet connection. I got better internet connection, and I got a laptop now. But that used to be my main problem. And you can use StreamYard for the free 99 for a while, and you could use Restream for the free 99. Uvomax also for the free 99. All three of those actually do work. Restream, you're gonna have a few issues with your guest. You're not gonna have problems with guesting on Uvomax. You're just gonna have problems with you can only do it for so many hours. Yeah. Oh, your old channel was named Lady. Oh shit! I probably know your old channel. Sometimes the names change and stuff. But yeah. Eh. Oh, let me do the okay. So we got Dr. Creole Butterfly is going live. I'm gonna share. Copy. And I'm gonna post it here. Oh, your last channel was named Candy Cane as well? Okay, because I do remember your name from the past. I do remember your name being Candy Cane, but what was it with a C? Or was it always with the K? I might have always been with K. You know how it is. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna try something that I ain't never did and see if I can do it. I ain't never did this, but I'm gonna look and see if when we end here today, if I can do the what do you call that thing where you redirect to Creole Butterfly? I'm gonna try to do a redirect, y'all. Oh, I remember when they used to call you KK. Shit, dog. It's been a long time. We've been here for a long ass time, ain't we? We've been here for a long time. I've always been Charlie, but in the back in the day, I was Charlie 87. See, that's what people don't know is I used to have a green profile picture. And I was just Charlie 87, and then I became Charlie Sending Love. But back in the day, I was Charlie with the IE 87. And I used to have a green profile picture because that was back in the day when you could only change your profile picture on a laptop, and all I had was a phone, and it wouldn't let me change my profile picture back in the day. Let me see. How do you do that again? I have to go into my YouTube studios. Let me go to my YouTube studios right quick. Let's go over here to the studio. Studio. Hi, studio. Hi. Let's go to settings. Let me close that. I'm trying to get to the right thing to do it. Content. Go to live. And then go to down customization. Add redirect. There we go. Let's go. Search. Let's see. Yeah. I got it. Y'all did it. I saved changes. So when we end today, is this gonna go straight to Dr. Creole Butterfly's channel? And what's gonna happen, Dr. Creole? Um, it's gonna go straight to your channel when I end today. I'm gonna do a redirect for the first time. Y'all look at me. Y'all look at me being able to redirect. This is awesome. Okay. Yes, your story time. Your story time, Mr. Rubin, is awesome. Yeah, I don't have that old channel back. You remember when they changed the thing? I used to do a lot of different music on mine. They got my old channel for that or some reason. I don't know. I think I know why I got. But anyway, that old channel been gone since shit 2007, 18, 19, something again. Oh, you found that thing in the street? Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna play Mr. Rubin's story time one more time before we get out of here. And then we're gonna when I end, we're gonna go straight over there to Dr. Creole's channel and we're gonna go over there and see her for a little while. But before I end, this will be the last thing I end on today. I just want to tell y'all I love y'all, right? I want to tell y'all I love y'all. But we're gonna listen to the story time one more time before I leave out of here today. And then we're gonna go over there and visit Creole Butterfly. So I just want to say thank you all for everything. I love all y'all. We're gonna watch the story time right quick. Y'all gotta watch the story time. Let's watch the story time. And then we're gonna go visit Dr. Creole. Okay. Love y'all. Let me make sure the volume turned up.
So here's a book I just found. It is called Smarkles. Let's go through this book together. Smarkles. I don't know what the fuck that is on the front. Looks like a fucking hole. Stupid ass bitch. Oh, look at this shit. Pissant has a game at the carnival. Blah. Damn, fucking Pissant. Oh, look at that. What? It's one of those fucking real life things you play with. Shit. You see that? Pissant. Pantyhose face. Give me some chon chon. Go. Look at me. Look at you. Look at my legs. Look at yours. Can I see your peen? What the fuck? Sparkles with his fucking gay ass fucking. I think that's supposed that person said that when he got in that fight in school, I guess he body slammed the kid. That's the pose that he did, and then he got punched in the belly and shit his fucking pants. What does it say? Can I see your peen? In my mouth? What the fuck? Look at that! Look at this! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! What is this? What's Penny's face? Mom, look at what Pissant did. That explains the hole in his back. Blah! Pissant. The fuck, man? Pissant, greatest kicker never. 5-yard field goal. Look at Pissant. Look, green shoe. Green shoe. Fucking Pissant. I gotta hold this fucking thing and fucking pages are stuck together. So I guess Pissant goes to kick the field goal and it's a miss. Pissant fell again. Look, he's in the air. Green shoe in the air. 5 yards. He missed the fucking ball. Blah! Pantyhose face. Come on. Pantyhose filming a porno? What the fuck? Oh, look at Pissant. That's Pissant right here. It looks like is that a coyote? Is that a coyote sucking his fucking peen and shit? He's sick. Pantyhose face. Here's a book, you dumb fuck. Show your ugly ass face, you bitch. The only coward is your pussy ass. Fuck you, go fuck your brother. The end. Voila.
the T-U-P-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the T-U-P-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go from the T-U-P-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the T-U-P-E-L-O. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction, this with the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding, come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Outer Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, Captain seat banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training round on 1800, making time stand still, crystalline swinging down 1800. Watching out for them rubberheads that be stinking round on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging round on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about round 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking round 1800. Out of street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse break it out. Remember the blue apartments from OG standing back there by 60 deep. Bull walking, saw blue a big Anthony using P.
I'm from the T-U-P-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my